Flashback, Episode 37, Rescued Victim, Mitzi's Appreciation. Sarah had just rescued journalist Mitzi Ballard from gang Russian dash or dash and grab theft in a Walgreens in the Bronx in New York City of Dis. Sarah led reporter Mitzi Ballard outside to safety. Mitzi was horrified, in emotional shock, and she sputtered, "Shouldn't we call the police or an ambulance? You maybe killed those people." Sarah answered nonchalantly, "No, there is no point. They are dead." She changed the topic. "Do you like coffee? Let's get some coffee. We can talk about things there." Sarah grabbed Mitzi's wrist and she led her to a Starbucks coffee shop that was nearby. Mitzi would need to actively resist the scary and very deadly woman that likely had just saved her life. And so she just went along. Mitzi was feeling a lot of confusing and conflicting emotions. Sarah was both her heroic savior, and she was also a terrifying, seemingly remorseless, maybe sociopathic, psychotic killer. Mitzi was frazzled and she was shaken. And so she said meekly, "Thank you for saving my life. I'm Mitzi." Sarah cut off Mitzi mid-sentence. Sarah said, "Let's not waste time on social niceties. It was no coincidence that I was there to protect you." Sarah continued, "I have been asked to silence you and to stop you from snooping and reporting on the mafia. Do you understand?" Sarah looked almost apologetic and continued without waiting for answers. "I am to silence you by any means necessary." Mitzi squirmed, hearing that her savior was supposed to silence her, seemingly to kill her, per orders from the mob, orders from the mafia. Sarah sighed. "You will not believe me, but I am actually on a mission for God, and I need a favor from the mafia. It's a complicated and unfortunate story." Sarah continued, "Sometimes we must do bad things to deliver for God and for the greater good." Mitzi looked terrified, and she said, "You don't have to silence me." Mitzi had just witnessed how efficient and carefree Sarah could be at killing someone. Mitzi imagined that she too could be dispatched without care or remorse by the terrifying Sarah. Mitzi projected that Sarah must either be truly a ruthless psychopath, perhaps an amazingly, totally amoral sociopath. But regardless of what Sarah might be, Mitzi Ballard was terrified. And so Mitzi remained seated and listened to Sarah's crazy story in Starbucks, that she was on a mission for God. Mitzi was convinced that her savior was a nut job. She was crazy and clearly murderous. Sarah recognized Mitzi's evident disbelief in her mission for God story. But Sarah continued anyway, as if Mitzi did believe in what she was saying. Sarah said, "I don't know if you're good or bad, but I need to know that you will drop completely all investigations, all reporting. You will drop everything involving the mafia, period." Sarah asked, "Can you please promise me that you will end all things involving the mafia?" Mitzi, fearing for her life, nodded and just said, "Yes, of course. You saved my life. anything, she said emphatically. But Mitzi also knew that her promise was in the moment and under duress. Mitzi felt that she was not beholden, that she was not bound at all to any vow that she might make while feeling intimidated or threatened. Mitzi felt justified in lying, in deceiving Sarah. And Mitzi knew that she would not need to honor her distressed, under duress vow and promise. Mitzi, in fact, fully intended to continue her snooping and reporting on the mafia. Mitzi merely told Sarah a lie to get through the moment of her terror, that she was feeling so hopeless and helpless within. Sarah looked puzzled into Mitzi's eyes. Sarah's intuition, her so-called primitive lizard brain. Sarah perceived that something was not right in what Mitzi was saying, and Sarah sensed that something was off in Mitzi's body language. And so Sarah looked deeply into Mitzi's eyes and said, "Your eyes, they are shifting left and right. Your eyes, they avoid pupillar contact with mine. Your voice, it oscillates erratically." Sarah sternly asked, "Are you lying to me? Are you not 100% completely committed to what you are saying and vowing? Will you not cease your mafia snooping and reporting?" Mitzi assured, No, I vow, I do, I promise to drop everything. I will drop everything mafia related." Sarah tilted her head to the side and replied, "You are lying. You are not a good liar. Your body, it has many tells." Sarah asked, "Do you believe in God?" Mitzi answered, "Well, yes, sure, I guess. I believe in God. There must be a God. Sure." Sarah asked again, "Are you sure that you have faith? Are you sure that you believe in God?"